A recent appearance on Real Time with Bill Maher has sparked major discussion after his sharp and unapologetic guest completely dismantled the arguments of a panel packed with progressive voices, including the well-known Joy Reid. Let's break down what happened. In this fiery segment, the guest didn't just challenge Bill Maher or Reid. She calmly and systematically unraveled the entire panel's narrative. Her ability to break down complex issues and poke holes in their logic was nothing short of impressive, leaving the commentators visibly shaken. One of the most striking moments came not just from what she said, but from the stunned silence that followed. Just like in her recent debate with Piers Morgan, which we covered yesterday, the panelists looked genuinely caught off guard with no real counterpoints to offer. Now, in this latest clip, she returns to the spotlight with the same fierce clarity. Her criticism is bold and direct, cutting straight to the heart of the discussion. This time, as she questioned why anyone would brush aside concerns affecting millions of people, the panel struggled to respond, visibly rattled by the force of her argument. Stay tuned, because this isn't just another debate. It's a powerful reminder of how sharp reasoning can shake even the most confident voices. That argument just doesn't hold up. It's like saying we shouldn't worry about murders because most people aren't killing anyone. Think about that for a second. By that logic, why pay attention to crime at all, since the majority of people are law-abiding? It's a completely flawed way of thinking. The same mistake shows up in the immigration debate. Dismissing concerns about illegal immigration just because many immigrants follow the law misses the point. It's not about discrediting the lawful majority. It's about addressing the problems caused by those who don't. Ignoring the issue simply because most are doing the right thing is not only weak, it's irresponsible. And during this panel, the person making that exact case clearly had no solid ground to stand on. You could see he was out of his depth the moment the guest challenged him. Honestly, she barely had to say anything. His logic unraveled on its own. And here's the kicker. Looking back now, this entire segment has aged terribly. Not only did Donald Trump win the presidency again, but now some voices on the left, including Joy Reid, are blaming Latino voters for the outcome. The irony is staggering. This clip is a perfect time capsule of just how disconnected some of these takes were. Watching it now is almost satisfying. The narrative has completely collapsed. Honestly, I'm glad I came across this moment. It's the kind of political theater that's both revealing and, frankly, a little bit priceless.
Answer her question.
Can I attempt to answer your question, Ms. Coulter? Because I think one of the things that we have to do in this country is to stop lying. We were earlier talking and touched on the issue of slavery. Ever since the forcible removal of millions of African Americans from chattel slavery, this country has been importing new slave labor.
That's right.
Because this country wants and runs and is fueled by cheap labor.
That's
whether it was Puerto Ricans, whether it was people we drew from Mexico to come here and continue to do so because the people who are on your side, big agriculture.
On my side,
big agriculture, the big corporate interests who want people to come.
Well, she does say that.
I agree with you.
Here, okay, well, once we bring people here, people's family members, people whose families are born here, are American. Both my parents are immigrants. So I take great exception to any kind of negative characterization of them. I had one come from Africa, my mother came from the Caribbean. When they came here, they came for the same reason that everyone does, for opportunity, for education. And when they're contributing to our society and they have a child here, like me, I'm a first-generation American, and I'm fully American, despite the fact that...
If you're enjoying the content so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps support the channel and keeps us bringing you more of this. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. We read them all. And now let's dive right back into the video.
Also doesn't answer my point, though it buttresses one of the main points I am making. Yeah, this is cheap labor, and particularly...
But then why isn't the book called Thugs?
Well...
How corporate Republicans are decimating the middle class.
How long do I have to wait? Stupid.
Okay.
In fact, as I told Scott, that's the one error in the book, the title. I didn't argue. You haven't read the book.
I've read it 3 times.
But I'll tell you what's in it.
On the plane, in the hot tub, once high, once straight.
It is far more of an attack on Republicans, on big business, on the Chamber of Commerce than it is on the left.
I agree.
I didn't want to subject at all, but if I listed all the people who are trying to turn our country into a third world hellhole, it would go on to the back page.
Let me ask you something personal.
Look, the question is still... I'm glad you're here, but why should America care that other people of the world are happy? They should care about the ones who are here now, including you.
And all the fruit you eat, all the vegetables you eat, they are all picked by foreign labor.
They could be picked by machines. These are all people going to be on welfare soon. Yes, there are machines that can now pick strawberries.
You cannot
strawberries, tomatoes, and you don't have to pay them Social Security.
Picked by machines.
You don't. That's
they're picked by people who come to this country with their families.
All right. You know what?
Enjoy their food, but you won't recognize the justice of their labor.
The answer is you can mechanize.
What are they even talking about? Do you really need to be a genius to pick fruit? It's something machines can do, or honestly, even toddlers. In some of the corrupt countries these people are fleeing from is probably even done by children. The ignorance in these arguments is honestly shocking. How can people be this out of touch with reality? I know I'm no genius, but come on. The bar here is so low, it's almost laughable. If it weren't for the audience clapping every time someone challenges the guest, or as I almost mistakenly called her, a Kasparian. These folks would look completely ridiculous. This is a perfect example of how the audience and Bill Maher are helping prop them up. Imagine if this debate were fair, no interruptions, no biased applause. The panel's arguments would be exposed as utterly weak. And let's be real, this wasn't even a close fight. With the odds so stacked against her, I mean it's like 104-1 if you count the audience, she still absolutely wiped the floor with them. It wasn't even close. Thanks for sticking with me through this.